are talking about factors affecting the distribution of pasture. While in today's class, we're talking about factors affecting the productivity of pasture. Number one factor is persistence. This is the ability of the pasture crops to survive and spread by vegetative means. So how our pasture crops are able to survive and how they're able to spread by vegetative means is also a factor that is affecting the productivity of our pastures. Aggressiveness. This is the ability of pasture to compete favorably with other weeds. High aggressiveness ensures continuous availability of a pasture crop. So we should know aggressiveness, how the pasture is able to compete with, how they are able to compete with weeds for the sunlight, nutrients, and the likes. So how aggressive the pasture crops is how continuous it will be available. How continuous the availability of the pasture crops will be. Pests and diseases. Absence of pests and diseases within a pasture ensures their increased productivity. The absence of pests and disease also helps our pasture crop to increase their productivity. Accurate stocking. An accurate number of animals should graze a specified area of pasture. Overgrazing does not ensure increased productivity of pasture. We said it in our last class when we were talking about the factors affecting distribution of pasture. We talked about 3 different factors there. I know there's another one that we call the biotic factor. The biotic factor is for the effects the biotic factor have on it, and for man, activities of man. One of the activities of man is bush burning and overgrazing. In this accurate stocking now mentioned overgrazing, and if we are not able to manage the number of animals that are grazing a specified area of the pasture, if it's an artificial pasture now that you planted the grasses and legumes in this particular proportion, in the adequate proportion, so that okay, for this particular portion it's 20 cattle that can feed on it, that would not make it, so to be able to control overgrazing, so it is that 20 cattle or sheep and goats you put on that particular portion, so that with that it helps you manage the pasture crops, and it helps you to ensure that there's increased productivity of that particular pasture crop. And another thing is, if they are eating a particular portion over time, it causes overgrazing. So that if they are eating this particular area for a week, then you will shift it to another particular area for another week. So with that, it helps the pasture to increase their productivity, and it helps them to grow more. So it's just like balanced one. So everything is available and everything is able to grow. Good management also. Proper management practices such as regular weeding, irrigation, good grazing, fertilization also should be practiced to ensure increased productivity of pasture. So when we have a good management skill, it also helps the productivity of pasture. Resistance to trampling. This refers to the ability of pasture to resist continuous trampling by farm animals during grazing and still remain available to livestock to feed on. So the way we can resist the trampling of our animals, that it won't affect the availability of the particular crop they are grazing on. Seed viability. Seed of pasture should be viable over a long period of time. It should be easily propagated to ensure high pasture productivity. So the seed must be viable, like it must be available every time, and it must be available by a long period of time, so to ensure easily propagated to ensure high pasture productivity. It must be easily propagated to ensure high pasture productivity.